We're about to get magical. You ready? Let's go. Today, we're going to talk about some of the awesome ways that information can come to you. One of them actually involves my mother. My mom had two baby dolls. She had them since she was a child. She took care of them on into her adulthood. She loved these dolls. She made sure that they were refurbished. She took great care of them, gave them great love. When she passed, I got one of them. Now let's flash forward to 2020. All y'all remember 2020, it was rough. One particular day I'd come home from work and I was just depleted. I didn't know how much more I could do, how much more I could take. I noticed that baby doll in the corner of my room had fallen over, so I reached over to put it back up in its stand. And when I did, I cannot describe adequately enough the beauty, the love, the energy that flowed through that doll, through my hands to my body. It was unbelievable. It was just what I needed at that moment. So getting information from an inanimate object is psychometry. That is an example of psychometry. You can get it from inanimate objects, from places, and from photographs. So an example you may have experienced is some of these areas with intense energy, such as ground zero. Ground zero, if you've ever been there, you can feel the energy that's there. It's unmistakable. That is all an example of psychometry, and that's something that's built into you for you to be able to navigate through this world. So very cool one, psychometry. Next one I want to talk about that I know you'll identify with is dreams. Information coming in dreams. I can't think of one single person that hasn't been impacted by a dream in their life. With the dreaming, there are some people that are more attuned to dreaming and they dream often. They're able to, what's the word I'm looking for? They're able to read their dreams. They're able to actually interpret their dreams. They can interpret the dreams of others. They just have a gift for it. That is one of our built-ins, is through dreams. The next one is the telepathic. And I know you're saying, no, I'm not telepathic, or that sounds a little far-fetched. But have you ever been thinking about somebody and then the phone rings and you pick it up and it's them? Or have you ever just got this need inside you, I need to call my daughter, I need to check on her, something's going on. And you call, and sure enough, you call right in the nick of time. That is all telepathic intuition. It is basically reading minds. It sounds magical. It is magical, but we've all experienced it. We have that feeling or knowing, or we hear a voice, or there's different ways the information will come in. I'm getting off on a tangent. We'll talk about the different ways. But regardless, telepathic is just where you're reading the energy of somebody thinking about you. Very cool. Another way that we get information, or that intuitives receive information, is through animals. Have you ever met the person, that dog whisperer, that horse whisperer, that person who was just so good with animals? They seemed to know what the animal was communicating and also seemed to know how to nurture the animal. That's the animal intuitive. They're veterinarians. There's those that have a passion for animals or animal rights. It's a very great relationship because that energy is usually very mutual, very loving. It's very nurturing, and it's working towards the improvement of the animal. Another way intuition flows is through those that are plant intuitives. Now, have you ever been to someone's house and the plants just thrive? Bam, they're just growing. The plant intuitive just seems to know how to nurture that plant. One of the bonus perks of a plant intuitive is there's no negative energy with a plant. It is very therapeutic. It's grounding for the intuitive person, and it is nurturing to the plant. It's a great relationship. That plant intuition, have you got it? That's your green thumbs and your gardeners. Kind of along similar lines is the earth intuitive. Now, the earth intuitive is in touch with nature as a whole. As a matter of fact, it goes beyond nature and goes into our solar system. So these are folks that are affected by the phases of the moon. They're affected by sun. Sun gives them strength, which usually means in the winter time they struggle a little bit because of the lack of daylight hours. So you've heard of seasonal affective disorder? That's along the same lines. They are in tune with nature on the earth and the solar system. The nature on the earth, they can sense maybe when natural disasters are coming, such as an earthquake. Something happens to them that they seem to know. Maybe they feel it in their body, or maybe there's a sensation or something that they hear that tells them there's about to be an earthquake. A hurricane or other natural disasters they feel impacted by. They're also, of course, affected by the weather. They may be charged by a light little thunderstorm, or they may be relaxed by a very light rain. It's the earth intuitive. Very cool. Another type of intuitive is the mediumship intuitive. They're able to connect or dip in with that energy of someone who has passed. The energy, they leave markers behind. However you believe, there is energy that can be tapped into. There's information that is sent to the medium. There's undeniable proof, and if you ever want to experience it, I encourage you to experience it. You will see for yourself that there is some dipping into that energy. There is messages to be relayed, and it's very, very therapeutic. Along those same lines is the psychic intuitive. Now, the psychic intuitive can pick up on things in the past, the present, and the future. And unlike the telepathic, who is reading the present, I know you're thinking about me, the psychic is not really bound by time. They have attuned themselves to recognize the energy. Well, and then you wonder yourself, like my son says, well, what are the lottery numbers? Or they should have seen that coming. Well, the thing about the energy is you're dipping into the energy that is most likely to occur. However, we all have free will and choice, and so our paths can change at any moment. Whether we take this street to get to work or that street to get to work, we change everything. So they're still able to tap in on the highest probability. It is very cool what they can dip into, and it sometimes can help, if anything else, just confirm what you already know. Have you not had an experience like that? Same with the mediumship. Have you not smelt your grandfather's pipe? Or felt someone's, a depression in the bed as you thought about your mom, or a touch on the hand? Those are all ways that we all dip in. We're all capable of it. The same thing for the psychic. Have you ever just known what was going to happen? Or maybe you saw it. There's different ways the information comes in. But it's very cool, it's very magical, and it's built into you. These are just a couple of examples of how information can come in. There's tons of ways it can. I encourage you to explore, go try out, go test, just become more aware of the information that's coming to you. It's built into us. We may be better at some ways than other ways, but they're all part of our design. They're all part of who we are. If you look around, you'll find that your world is full of magic. You just got to pay attention, recognize it, and let it out. You're freaking magical. We're going to talk more about how this information may present to you, as far as, do you hear it, see it, smell it, know it, and so forth. That's coming up on a later video. All right, my friends, keep being magical. Abracadabra.